Hello dear students, in the previous class we have learned about azimuth and elevation angles. What is meant by azimuth angle, what is meant by elevation angle, how to calculate azimuth and elevation angles. So these are what is the significance of calculation of azimuth and elevation angles. All these topics we have learned in the previous session. In today's session we will try to learn few important topics, out of which the first one is orbital perturbations. Orbital perturbation means disturbance. The satellite will get disturbed from its orbit due to so many reasons. Okay, so it may be due to asymmetry of the gravitational field of the Earth. It may be due to the sun and moon effects. Okay, so there are so many reasons. It may be due to the mass cons or irregular mass cons found on the Earth. There are so many reasons. Okay, so whatever it may be, the satellite, due to all those effects, the satellite may get disturbed in its orbit. That means the centrifugal and centripetal forces acting on the satellite may vary, due to which the satellite may move into the higher orbits or into the lower orbits, and it is not desirable. The satellite perturbation is not at all desirable. Okay. The next one is effects of Earth oblateness. We all know Earth is neither a perfect sphere nor an ellipse. So we find bulgedness at the equator and flatness at the poles. Okay, and the second one is the density of the mass of the Earth is not same throughout the Earth, or it is not uniform. So there are so many non-uniform masses which are called as mass concentrations or mass cons, due to which the Earth's gravity is not uniform throughout. So that is the reason the satellites, especially LEO satellites, undergo irregular gravitational effect and may deviate from its orbit. This is also one of the reason of orbital perturbations. The second one is effects of sun and moon. Okay, if you observe in this picture, there is Earth, sun, moon, satellite, and there are few lines drawn from Earth to moon, Earth to sun, Earth to satellite, etc. Okay, so if you observe here, the sun's plane is making 7.3 degrees with the Earth's orbital plane. Earth's orbital plane is making 23 degrees with the Earth's equatorial plane. Earth's equatorial plane is making 5 degrees with the moon's equatorial plane. If you observe here, all the planes are not what we say is all the planes of the are not in the same plane. Okay, they are out of plane. So due to the various planes like of the sun, earth, moon, which they are subjected, the satellite is subjected to various forces. Okay, due to this out of plane concept. Okay, and the satellite may tend to change its orbit, and generally the satellite have an inclination of 0.85 degrees per year. It is default. Okay, from the equatorial plane, and is connected, and it is corrected by the command controllers at the Earth station every year. Next one is orbit determination. Orbit determination means, so the satellite was left from its orbit Due to some reasons, it is disturbed. Where the satellite is now, how to know the orbit of the satellite? So satellite orbit can be determined by 6 orbital elements that we already know: eccentricity, okay, argument of perigee, inclination, etc. We have discussed already in the previous sessions. Apart from those 6 orbital elements, velocity of the satellite, time period of the satellite are also important. Okay, apart from 6 orbital elements, velocity of the satellite, time period of the satellite are also important. Generally, there are earth station controllers used to measure the angular position of the satellite. Okay, so this is about the orbital perturbation and how these orbital perturbations are being estimated, and how the satellite orbit is being estimated. Okay, the next concept is launches and launch vehicles. So launch vehicle means it is the vehicle used to carry the satellite into the space. Okay, so there are 2 types of launch vehicles. One is expendable launch vehicle, another one is reusable launch vehicle. Expendable launch vehicle means it passes multiple stages, okay, until it reaches the final stage, and every time when it is passing the stages, it will leave some portion which is not used, which is not useful. So some portion of the launcher is being dismantled, okay, at every stage. And finally, in the final stage or in the final orbit, only the transponder or the satellite is remained. All the portions of the launcher will be dismantled. This is called expendable launch vehicle or ELV. The next one is reusable launch vehicle. Reusable launch vehicle means we launch the satellite into the space along with the launcher. No expendability occurs. The launch vehicle will move in the space for around 6 months or 1 year or more than that. After that, it will again come back to the earth. The launcher will be refurbished, okay, and will be launched once again. This is called reusable launch vehicle. So there are 2 types of launchers. One is expendable launch vehicle, reusable launch vehicle. The next one is placing the satellite into the geostationary orbit. If you observe, you can see here the satellite is placed into the orbit in 2 methods. One is direct insertion method, another one is slow raising orbit method. Direct insertion method means the satellite will be launched directly into the orbit, and slow raising orbit method means every time when the satellite is launched into the space, every time it passes through the apogee point, so it finishes the perigee point also, and again increases the apogee point and so on, and finally reaches into the apogee point. Okay, this is wrong. It's opposite, it is given here in the diagram. Okay, this is called as this is how we place the satellite into the geostationary orbit. Okay, so what we have discussed today, we have discussed about orbital perturbations. What is meant by orbital perturbation? What are the causes of orbital perturbation? That is effects of Earth's oblateness, effects of sun and moon, orbit determination, how the orbit is determined, what are launches and launch vehicles, what are the types of launch vehicles, and how a satellite is placed into the geostationary Earth orbit. Okay, so this is what we have discussed today. Okay, in the next session we'll come with another interesting topic. Thank you.